I'm Tim Stevens, and this is the 2025 Nissan Kicks. The Kicks is all new this year with a fresh look, more power, and all-wheel drive too. But does it still offer the same mix of practicality and frugality that it always has? We're going to run you through all the numbers, and then we'll hit the test track and give it the full Capital One review treatment to find out. This front-drive Nissan Kicks is powered by a 2-liter 4-cylinder that makes 141 horsepower and 140 pound-feet of torque. It also offers a push-button and remote start. That's connected to a CVT transmission. It'll do 28 mpg in the city, 35 on the highway, and 31 mpg combined. Up front, we have LED headlights and daytime running lights, while around side we have 19-inch alloy wheels. Out back, we have LED taillights. Open up the cargo hatch here, and you have 29.2 cubic feet of storage. Behind the rear seats, fold those down. That expands to 58.5 cubic feet of storage. Inside the Kicks, you've got seating for 5. The front seats are heated, as is the steering wheel, and there's a single-zone climate control system. You've got a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster behind the wheel, and a 12.3-inch infotainment system as well that offers both wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with a wireless cell phone charger too. Your sound is played through a 10-speaker Bose system, which even has speakers in the headrest. You've got heated side view mirrors and a panoramic moonroof above. Those are all the numbers. Let's take the Kicks out on the track and see how it drives. All right, we're out here on the test track, and one of the big changes that Nissan brought to the table in the new Kicks is a new, more powerful engine. The outgoing Kicks was a great SUV in a lot of ways, but it was always reported as having too little power. So we got more power now, a whole 141. Let me toggle this thing into sport mode here. Coming out of the corner, I'm gonna put my foot to the floor. And yeah, not exactly an invigorating performance. There is more power in the new Kicks, but ultimately it's also a fair bit heavier than the outgoing Kicks as well. So the two kind of counteract each other, and the fact that we've got a CVT transmission, which generally does not result in the most invigorating drive character, results in a car that makes a lot of noise. It doesn't really accelerate that quickly, but don't be fooled. Just because it doesn't accelerate quickly doesn't mean that this car isn't actually fun to drive. It's actually quite responsive and pretty entertaining too. That's mostly thanks to the steering, which is really tight and really sharp. Nissan's got a pretty quick steering ratio on this thing, so you don't have to turn the wheel very far to dig into these corners. And those relatively low-profile tires at all 4 corners also mean that this thing dives right into the corners, and it is actually surprisingly fun to drive out here. But that's not really what the Kicks is about. The Kicks is a small, compact crossover SUV designed with frugality in mind. But Nissan has always kind of put this as a character-forward choice, and I think that's a great thing because there are so many compact crossover SUVs that are just incredibly boring, and that is not something you can say about the Kicks. Whether it's the fresh design, which not everyone's going to like, but I actually really like the distinctive headlights and the overall shape of this thing. I think it looks unlike anything else in the market, and I think that's a very good thing. I even love this ice blue color that we have on this one. In the interior, well, it's a little less distinctive. It's all very dark in here. We do have some orange highlights to give it a little bit of personality. But overall, it's got everything that you need. The materials are good enough. And you've got a reasonably good amount of storage space in here as well, and good comfort too. This is, again, a pretty small machine. But I'm comfortable in here, and I can see you could definitely fit 4 or 5 people in here without too much trouble. But as ever, the most important thing with the Kicks is pricing. This one is about $26,000 to start with, a few options on top of that. And for that, you've got a really nicely equipped machine, including ProPilot Assist, which is Nissan's highway assistance system, which gives you adaptive cruise and a lot of nice safety features, which are really kind of class-leading for this category of car. But if you're really looking for just a bare-bones Nissan Kicks, you can get one for about $22,000, which is a remarkable bargain. This is a lot of car for that amount of money. Again, the look, the fit and the finish, the feel, the way it drives, it's an incredibly frugal value, which is always what the Kicks has been about, with a lot of personality too. For more information on the latest cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit the Capital One Auto Learning Center in the link below and follow our channel.